Let us understand how to set up the power operation as an OPC UA server. I will be using the Matricon OPC UA Explorer client to subscribe to the server and view data. The first step is to configure settings in the configurator tool. So let us go ahead and open up the configurator tool. The OPC UA server configuration requires an encrypted connection. We need to configure a set of encryption prerequisites that enable the encrypted communication. The first prerequisite is that we need to establish the connection to a system management server. So I will choose the option that this machine is the system management server to configure the system management server on this particular machine. We will navigate to the System Management Server tab and choose this machine is the System Management Server option and click on Configure. Once you see the message the device configuration is completed, we will choose to satisfy another prerequisite for encryption. I will navigate to the computer setup and we will ensure that the runtime manager needs to be configured to run as a service. To enable this, make sure that the runtime manager as a service checkbox is checked. As the final step in the configurator, let's navigate to the encryption page and uncheck the accept encrypted and non-encrypted connections to disable the mixed mode since the OPC UA server relies on encrypted communication. Click on the configure button. This completes all the settings that we need to do in the configurator checkbox. The OPC UA server tab gives you the port number of the OPC UA server and the endpoint URL required for connection. For now, let us minimize this too. Now we need to ensure certain settings in the project as well. Let's open up the PowerScatter Studio. In the project settings, under the topology, choose the network addresses and make sure in the network address you have a meaningful name. So here I have chosen server to be the server name. Another important setting for the OPC UA server to work is the DNS name. So let's navigate to computers. Confirm the DNS name field is configured for each entry in the computer's activity. This is required to enable encryption. So I'd put in my computer name here as well. And ensure that you click on save. As the final step, we need to ensure that we have chosen the networking mode. Please click on the setup wizard. And make sure that you choose the networked primary networking model for this machine. Click on next and finish the computer setup. Now we are all set for the OPC UA server. In order to visualize the data, I am using the Matricon OPC UA Explorer Client 2. Let me open that up. I will click on the Add New Server to create a new server connection. I'll choose the connection method to be manual. We would need to fill in the endpoint URL of the OPC UA server. This information can be obtained from the configurator tool. I will copy this information and paste it in the URL box. Click on search. Navigate to the end of the hierarchy and click on the connect button. On the right hand side, navigate to objects and browse provider. Expand the cluster name. Here you would see the hierarchy of all the equipments that you have created. Let me go to medium voltage. I want to monitor the phase A current. You can drag and drop the item name or the variable to be monitored into the data view. There you go. Now we are subscribing to the server and we are getting the phase A current information. It has a timestamp, it has a value, and the status code is good. And that's how you create an OPC UA server for power operation and subscribe to the data using an OPC UA client. Thanks for watching this video.